Toxins and contaminants are a major cause of sudden shrimp deaths, especially in tanks that were otherwise stable. Shrimp are incredibly sensitive to chemicals that may seem harmless to us, or even to fish. Tiny amounts of toxins entering an aquarium can cause rapid stress, failed molts, paralysis, or death, often with little warning. In many cases, shrimp die quickly, while fish appear unaffected, which makes the cause easy to overlook. One of the most common sources is tap water. Many water supplies contain chlorine or chloramine. These are safe for people, but extremely toxic to shrimp. Untreated tap water added during water changes or top-offs can be deadly. Heavy metals, especially copper, are another major threat. Copper can enter aquariums through tap water, old plumbing, medications, fertilizers, algae treatments, or food not designed for invertebrates. Shrimp absorb copper into their bodies, where it accumulates over time and interferes with vital biological processes, potentially causing death. Natural materials can also be a hidden source of contamination, and this one catches many shrimp keepers off guard. Wood, leaves, seed pods, and botanicals collected around your home or outdoors can absorb pollutants from their surroundings. Items gathered near roads, parking lots, or driveways are particularly risky, as they may be contaminated with car exhaust residue, oil, brake dust, road salt, or surface runoff. Even materials collected from places that appear clean, such as forests, parks, or trails, can still carry pesticides, herbicides, fertilizers, or heavy materials from agricultural runoff or airborne pollution. Once submerged, these contaminants can slowly leach into the aquarium water, exposing shrimp to toxins over time. Because shrimp are so sensitive, even very small amounts of these pollutants can cause stress, failed molts, paralysis, or sudden deaths. In many cases, the effects don't appear immediately, which makes the source of the problem difficult to trace. Household chemicals are another hidden danger. Soap residue on hands or tools, cleaning sprays, air fresheners, insecticides, perfumes, and even some fertilizers used near the tank can contaminate the water. Shrimp are vulnerable to both direct contact and airborne contaminants. And here's the frustrating part. These toxins don't always show up on standard water tests. A tank can test perfect and still be toxic to shrimp. To reduce the risk, always use a quality water conditioner when adding tap water to neutralize chlorine and chloramine and to bind heavy metals. Avoid medications, algae treatments, or fertilizers that contain copper unless they're clearly labeled shrimp safe. If you use natural wood or botanicals, source them carefully and prepare them properly. Thoroughly clean, boil, or soak them for an extended period before adding them to the tank. If collecting locally, avoid areas near roads, parking lots, agricultural fields, lawns, or industrial zones where exposure to chemicals and runoff is more likely. Choose remote, undisturbed areas whenever possible. Wash your hands thoroughly before working in your aquarium and ensure there's no soap residue. Rinse tools and equipment well before use. Keep household cleaners, sprays, insecticides, and fragrances far away from the tank, and avoid spraying anything in the same room as your aquarium. If shrimp suddenly begin acting abnormally, such as frantic swimming, lethargy, twitching, or gathering near the surface, chemical contamination may be the cause. In these situations, perform an emergency water change of around 40 to 50% to dilute toxins quickly. In severe cases, this can be repeated the following day if shrimp are still showing signs of distress, as long as the new water is fully dechlorinated and closely matched in temperature and parameters. Adding fresh, activated carbon for 1 to 3 days after the water change can also help remove lingering contaminants. Once shrimp behavior returns to normal, the carbon can be removed.